Are you ready for the red alert? You're probably gonna have to put in some work. Please don't be a jerk. God will reward you for being good. You and I are alive, happy, and healthy, and that is reason to celebrate while making excellent decisions and playing defense this weekend. We got a red alert coming for Texas and Oklahoma as wild weather ramps up. All right, the red alert is for tomorrow. And this shark shaped green, yellow, and orange alert is for today. And this alert is for Monday. Shaped more like a shark whale, I guess. And the whole thing about the GFS showing hurricane signals anywhere from the 9th to like the 19th is that with or without the hurricane, that seems to signify to me that with or without the hurricane, you're probably going to get some wild weather. So, yeah, the weather from now to I would guess like at least the 22nd of June is going to be wild. So stay aware. And so for like 10 months, the vibe was kind of variations of the same thing. And then Saturn went into Aries and the vibe totally changed. Then, like a week or two later, Venus went into Taurus and left like 10 months of oppression. And everybody kind of found out about it. And Jupiter has been in exile since May of last year. And Jupiter, Monday at about 4:02 p.m. Texas time, is going to move into tropical Cancer, a place it loves to be. So, in just like 50 hours, we're going to have a happy Venus and a happy Jupiter. That doesn't necessarily mean everybody's going to be happy, though. You know? But I'm hoping everybody can work it out and we can come together to have the best summer ever. I know, but realistically, everybody's fighting. And now there's a lot of infighting. And a lot of countries are at war. And it's very earthquakey. And it was announced yesterday that the White House was going to try to cut a bunch of federal funding from California. And so, like I was saying, it's kind of felt like the same thing for 10 months. It's been the big stories have been tariffs and Doge. And so they've done quite a bit of government cutting. And it's hurricane season. One of the things that Elon and Trump are at odds with each other about is the big, beautiful bill, which would raise the deficit trillions. And so, yeah, it's a point where like a bunch of government programs have been cut, including National Weather Service stuff and a lot of the programs for poor people, while giving a bunch of trillionaires more tax cuts while promoting crypto. It's wild. But I'm super optimistic because I believe the first 5 months ish of the year were the hardest half. So now things should get better. But I could be totally wrong about that. I do hope you have a wonderful weekend and find a way to enjoy life and have some fun. It's humid in Texas. Definitely feels like volcano weather. And we do have near Earth asteroid. Let me know. Which will be passing by Earth at zero point 0.3 lunar distances tomorrow. So that's fascinating, right? Yep. So this has an orbit. Yeah, this has a Mars, Venus, Earth orbit. Fascinating. Yeah, Jupiter enters tropical Cancer Monday, 2 p.m. And then we get the full strawberry, black pink, Sagittarius moon on Monday, or whatever day the 11th is. Is that Wednesday? It is interesting, though, because, there have been quite a few people who, since 2018 or 2020, who have been big fans of the Elon and Trump marriage are now, it seems like, being forced to choose sides in the divorce. And, Trump has been super famous, super rich since the 80s and is now president. And Elon's the richest man on the planet. Definitely been super famous for at least a decade. And, he controls satellites, controls the underground tunnels, he controls the electrical vehicles that videotape everything around him everywhere they go. He's got the AIs, rockets. I don't know. Maybe they will work it out. And like JD Vance was on Theo Vaughn's podcast talking about it. And then Kash Patel was on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about it. And, X, Elon pays millions of people. And a lot of people get paid to talk about how awesome they think Elon is and how awesome they think Trump is. And you can make like over 20 grand a month doing that. And that has provided a lot of jobs and income for Americans at a time where Elon and Trump have been cutting jobs. So that has been one of the jobs that people have flocked to. And so I think the rift between them, if it sticks, will affect one of the steadier jobs. Like on X, talking about how great Trump and Elon is, or talking about how bad Democrats are, pays well. And then there's like Uber and DoorDash as far as job sectors that have grown in the last few years. I'm definitely happy to sit down and mediate with Elon and Trump. And if they got time, they can turn in a report card for my planetary defense commander job that I've done over the last 12 years. That'd be great. So, we could all focus on having an awesome summer together. As Americans, I thought we're supposed to kick off a 1-year celebration of the 250th anniversary of America on July 4th and have it last a year. So hopefully we can work out a truce between Elon and Trump and Republicans and Democrats and Ukraine and Russia and the Middle East and Israel and the conflicts in Africa, and all the people that are fighting. World peace would be wonderful. We'll see what happens, though. And remember, if the energy of Mars makes people fight, then it's got to be really hard to colonize. It's like, if Elon and Trump were like, hey, we got to colonize Mars. That is so important right now. Imagine getting on a spaceship and traveling on a spaceship. you can barely move on the spaceship. And then flying on a thing for 6 months. Imagine being on an airplane for 6 months, dude. Like, nobody's ever done that. Nobody's ever gotten on a spaceship and flown for 6 months and then landed on another planet. It's never happened. But they're like, oh, this shit's going to happen in the next 4 to 6 years. That don't make no damn sense. And then you got the other side. One of the things that Elon said is when he was talking trash to Trump, he was like, hey, dude, you're 78. And I am going to live at least 40 plus more years for sure. And I was like, what? Because Elon and I are the same age, 53. But I don't, at 53, I don't know how any 53-year-old could be 100% confident that they're going to live and survive for 40 more years. You know? I don't know. I treat every day like, shit, this could be my last day. So it helps me enjoy life. But I don't know, but the thing with some of the billionaires and trillionaires now is a lot of them have full confidence that, man, they could live for 200 more years. They may never die. Like, whoa. I don't know. It's wild. Anyway, strange days. This is Red Alert, but I love y'all. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody works it out. I hope we get some type of leadership that leads to conflict de-escalation, peace treaties, better days for all. All right. Stay cool. God bless everyone. Thank you for being awesome.